Welcome to Bar News. I am Muhammad Nadeem, advocate, your host for the program Bar and Bench. I am super excited today to introduce an amazing guest who will be answering our questions. And when I say amazing, I mean it. What is special about our guest is that he is an action taker. Today, our guest is Mr. Mukhtar Ahmed Qureshi, advocate, Chief Executive Officer of Falcon Law Services, who has a deep study in current affairs, philosophy, Iqbaliyat, Islamic studies and law. Today we shall be discussing about appointment of judges in superior courts. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Mukhtar Ahmed Qureshi, advocate.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much for calling me to this program. It's my pleasure to be with you today.
Would you please let us know at present how the judges of superior courts are appointed in Pakistan?
I personally believe in the independence of judiciary, but I am of the opinion that the process of the appointment of judges should be merit-based and extremely transparent and without involvement of any administrative and political institution. This is the only way to have bold, able, experienced lawyers appointed as judges of the superior courts. According to the Articles 184 and 186 of the Constitution of Pakistan, it is the responsibility of the Supreme Court of Pakistan to interpret the Constitution and answer the questions of law. Therefore, there is no space for timid, weak, and the followers of the doctrine of necessity in our superior courts. In the recent past, 18th and 19th Amendment in the Constitution were passed, and they are still holding good. And there are several judgments such as Al Jihad Trust versus Federation of Pakistan, PLD 1996, Supreme Court 324, and Munir Hussain Bhatti versus Federation of Pakistan, PLD 2011, Supreme Court 407. Due to these reasons, any efforts to subjugate the judiciary have been made ineffective. At present, the process of appointment of judges in superior courts constitute 4 steps. It is the prerogative of the Chief Justice of the High Court to nominate the suitable candidates for appointment of the judges in the respective high courts. The names so nominated by the Chief Justice are sent to the Judicial Commission of Pakistan after consultation with the Governor of the province. Judicial Commission of Pakistan, which works under the chairmanship of the Chief Justice of Pakistan, finalizes the list. The final list is sent to the Parliamentary Committee under Article 176(12), who has to finalize the list in 14 days and send it to the President of Pakistan through the Prime Minister. In case if the Parliamentary Committee has any objections to the name of any person, then they can reject the name with the 3/4 majority and forward it to the Judicial Commission of Pakistan through Prime Minister along with the reasons of rejection in writing. After receiving the final list from the Prime Minister, the President of Pakistan appoints the judges on probation for 1 year. On the completion of the probation period, few judges are made permanent and few are sent home. It is pertinent to mention here that neither the judges who have been made permanent nor the judges who have been sent home learn about the reasons why they were made permanent or why they were sent home. In this system, the possibility of personal bias, sifarish, and corrupt practices cannot be ignored. At present, it is a general perception that for appointment of a judge in superior court, one has to belong to the ruling party or has to be a president of a bar or a member of any bar council or belonging to any renowned chamber. And because of this, we see non-professional lawyers investing huge sums of money in the bar elections. We know that the appointment of judges in Supreme Court of Pakistan is made by elevating the judges of the high courts. Therefore, the judges of the high courts need to be appointed according to an elaborate merit-based system. This system will not only make it possible for the professional lawyers to be appointed as the judges of the superior courts, but also reduce the role of bar politics in this process. This will also help to reduce the chances of fighting of the office bearers of the bar associations with the judges of the subordinate courts.
Please explain your proposed merit-based system for appointment of judges.
This merit-based system is very easy to understand and very convenient to implement. First of all, there should be advertisement in the press and electronic media for the vacant post of judges in the superior courts. This advertisement should contain the following criteria for eligibility of the aspirants for the appointment of judges of the High Court. Number 1. 10 years experience as an advocate. He has pleaded at least 1,000 cases in the High Court level. Have at least 100 reported cases in the law journals. Have had at least 150 credits earned in continuous legal education. Have attended 1-year training course especially designed for the judges of High Court. Have passed an examination based on training course which shall be taken by the Pakistan Bar Council or Provincial Bar Councils or the administration of Supreme Court of Pakistan. Once the applications have been received, they will be scrutinized according to a laid out procedure. Then each candidate will be interviewed by the board constituted by the High Court, consisting upon the judges could be 3 or 5. The list of candidates which has been finalized after the interview should be sent to the Judicial Commission of Pakistan directly without any consultation with Governor of the province. Then the list should be considered in the meeting of the Judicial Commission of Pakistan, which is chaired by the Chief Justice of Pakistan. And if they need to interview each candidate, they should call them one by one, or they can rely on the interviews conducted by the High Court. This discretion should be with the Judicial Commission of Pakistan. The list finalized by Judicial Commission of Pakistan should be sent to the President of Pakistan directly without any involvement from the office of the Prime Minister. Then the President should appoint all those judges who have been sent to him by the Judicial Commission of Pakistan on a probation period of 1 year. The process of confirmation of judges should be extremely transparent, and if any judge is not confirmed, then he should be told the reasons of his rejection, and the judge so rejected should have a right to appeal in front of the Judicial Commission of Pakistan through a petition.
We want to know, what do you mean by continuous legal education?
We all know that the works of the advocate is very intellectual in nature, and an able advocate needs to have vast study and continuous training. But in our country, the study and training is completely ignored in the profession of law. This has affected the respect and sanctity of this profession in society. We want that the bar councils should make a system for regular study and training through continuous legal education programs. The bar councils should introduce courses of different duration on continuous basis. These courses can be free or some fee can be charged depending upon to the availability of the funds with the bar councils. Each course, depending upon its syllabus and the duration, should be given some weightage in terms of credits. Every advocate must take at least 50 credits during the 5 years of his practice, and this 5-year period should continue to another 5 years and then to another 5 years. And every aspirant of becoming a High Court judge should have taken at least 150 credits to be eligible for the examination of the judge.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mukhtar Ahmed Qureshi Advocate, for your time. I am very grateful for interviewing you today. Thank you very much for watching Bar and Bench. We shall meet you very soon in our next program. Keep watching Bar News. Khuda Hafiz.